So we're on our way right now to a run, or we're trying to find a runoff pool to start an ecosphere. It was blizzarding earlier, so it's freezing cold out. We'll record it when we get there. I don't think we'll record outside just because it's so windy. We won't be able to hear anything. But yeah. So we had no luck going outside of the city to find a runoff pond. So we're inside the city. We're gonna go down to the river and get some water and mud and stuff and make our ecosphere. We'll probably record down there because it's not as windy down there. And yeah, we'll see you then. We're gonna go down into the crevasse, the valley.
Oh, you need to take this. You ready?
Really get thrown, I'll catch
Are you sure?
Yes, don't get in the river.
Okay, it's gonna break.
It's not. I got it. My coffee in one hand and my phone in the other. If I go down, there's nothing stopping me. Oh, it's so muddy. Okay, we just gotta try to find a place with good dirt here. Like that. There's algae there. That's what we're gonna grab. Oh God. There we go. There's all the water and mud and algae and whatnot. I'll bring that back and I'll talk to you at the car. Okay, so we got the pickle jar. It's filled with dirt and sticks and some algae, and I saw a couple snails in there and water, and we're gonna take it back to the house now. Put it on the shelf with some sunlight, and it'll all warm up and the critters will come out and the algae will live, and hopefully we'll have a successful ecosphere. Alright, so here's the ecosphere about 2 days later after I went down and gathered all the soil and whatnot. I let it sit for 2 days because it was all really, really murky and it still hasn't completely cleared up yet. If you're wondering what an ecosphere is, it's like a self-contained ecosystem. So you close off the jar here and everything inside has no interaction with anything outside the jar. The only thing going in there is sunlight, so I think that's pretty neat. All the organisms and whatnot give off the CO2 and everything for the algae, and the algae turns that back into oxygen, and you just kind of have that going back and forth, and the animals break down the dead algae and dead plants and everything. Yeah, that's kind of like the basic explanation of what it is. I'll show it to you up close here. There's lots of worms and a couple little crustaceans here and there. There's nothing too crazy right now. It could change as the season changes. It's like February 2nd or February 3rd today, so it's still pretty... This is like the middle of winter right now, so there's still lots that could change, so I'll give you an up-close view to see what's going on in there. Alright, so here are some worms that are dancing around in there. There's that big red thing beside them. think that was a larvae of some sort. There's a couple more in there. I think they're dead. I haven't seen them move today. They were moving when I first got the jar in and yesterday, I guess. But they're not moving right now. But these worms are definitely alive. They're all dancing around. There's a whole bunch of those. There's a couple more. Kind of hard to see there. I'll turn the jar around here. Alright, so here's the opposite side of the jar. You can see all the algae in there. All that nice green algae I was able to get. The last couple times I've made ecospheres, I didn't really have any green algae in there, so they kind of died. You can see all the worms in there. Holes. You can see all those just beneath the top of the soil there. When I moved the jar, they all kind of went into their burrows. You can see another dead one there. Alright, there it is, that little dot in the center of the screen. Zoomed in super tight here, but that little teeny tiny dot is a little crustacean. It's attached to the glass right now, but once in a while they'll swim around. You can see them going through the water. There's a whole bunch of those in here. Oh, what is that? Alright, so there's something that I just saw. It's a kind of shrimp. Well, there's another one on the rock. It's hard to film here with... There we go. All sorts of little things in there kind of coming out as I have the ecosphere longer. And I'll probably seal it off in a couple days here. Just once everything's kind of established, I'll seal it off and it should sustain itself for as long as it can, I guess. Alright, so that's a general overview of the ecosphere right now. I'll show it to you later on once I close it up. I'll show it to you. If there's any big changes or anything, if it dies, I'll document that and I'll post that. Right now there hasn't been any major changes other than the water clearing up. It should clear up more over the next couple days. Once it's crystal clear, and if I have a better camera, then I'll be able to show you all that. But for the meantime, that's all I can really film. And I will keep you updated with any changes, I guess.